Everton's summer transfer strategy has been bold but calculated. The arrival of Thierno Barry from Villarreal for £27.6 million underlined a clear ambition to reshape the attack after the departure of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Tall, powerful, and direct, Barry has been brought in to spearhead David Moyes' front line. But even with his signing, the squad is not yet incomplete. The most pressing gap is on the right wing. With Jack Harrison returning to Leeds after his loan, Moyes has been left without a natural option in that role. Everton's interest in Southampton's Tyler Dibbling and Leicester's Abdul Fatawu shows the urgency of the search, but reports suggest their main focus has been on securing a player capable of making an immediate difference in the Premier League. The profile they're chasing is clear: a young winger with the ability to carry the ball over long distances, stretch opposition defenses, and contribute in the final third. Such a signing would not only bring balance to the squad, but also unlock Barry's strengths by providing him with the service and support needed to thrive. Everton's interest has already led to an ambitious approach in the transfer market. That ambition has been embodied in their attempt to land Malik Fofana from Lyon. The 20-year-old Belgian winger has been described as explosive by football analyst Ben Madison and labeled a market opportunity that Europe's elite should be targeting. According to L'Equipe, via Sport Witness, Arsenal and Bayern Munich are also among the clubs monitoring his situation, but so far Everton have been the only side to explore a move with a formal offer. The proposal, worth €36 million, £31 million, including bonuses, was rejected, with Lyon insisting on a fixed €40 million, £35 million fee. The French club are under financial pressure, needing to raise €40 million, £35 million, before June 2026 to balance the books. Manager Paulo Fonseca is keen to keep Fofana, but the economic reality may force their hand. For now, the player is only prepared to leave for Champions League football, which means that the Toffees will need to convince him to make the move to Merseyside. In stylistic terms, he shares traits with Kaoru Mitoma and Pedro Neto: direct, unpredictable, and relentless in moving the ball forward. For Everton, who lacked that profile last season, such qualities would transform their attack. Fofana's statistical output places him among Europe's most exciting young wingers. According to FBref, he ranks in the 97th percentile for progressive carries per 90, 6.60, the 94th percentile for carries into the final third, 3.28, and the 85th percentile for touches in the attacking penalty area, 6.14. His efficiency in the final action is just as impressive, with a 99th percentile ranking for shots on target percentage, 55.8%, and the 93rd percentile for penalty area crosses, 0.62 per 90. What makes Everton's pursuit of Fofana particularly intriguing is how well he could complement Barry. The 22-year-old French striker is a classic target man in some respects. Standing at 6 feet 5 inches, he dominates aerial duels, winning nearly two-thirds of those contested inside the penalty area. Yet his game is not limited to physicality. Barry ranks highly for runs in behind and crosses received, showing a willingness to stretch defenses and exploit space. Last season at Villarreal, he scored 11 goals from an expected goals tally of 11.7 per FBref, adding 4 assists in the process. His aerial presence is matched by a sharp instinct for finding pockets of space, a skill that drew comparisons with Stuttgart's Nick Woltmade. Everton see him as the long-term successor to Calvert-Lewin, but Moyes has admitted he will need time to adjust to the Premier League. His ability to dribble past opponents and deliver precise balls into the box would immediately provide Barry with the kind of service he thrives on. By cutting inside from the right, Fofana could create overloads in central areas, forcing defenders to step out of position and leaving Barry with space in the penalty box. His 93rd percentile for penalty area crosses suggests he is adept at picking out strikers, while Barry's 86th percentile for aerials shows he would be ready to capitalize. The partnership would not be one-dimensional. Fofana's threat in front of goal, reflected in his 55.8% shot accuracy, means opponents should not simply treat him as a provider. Defenses would be stretched both vertically and horizontally, creating opportunities for Everton to vary their attacking play. For a team that often struggled with breaking teams down last season, this variety could be transformative. Everton's 13th place finish last year was built on defensive resilience and a late-season surge, but their lack of attacking spark prevented a higher finish. With Barry and potentially Fofana, they would have the balance of power and flair, a forward who can dominate penalty areas and a winger who can consistently carry the ball into dangerous zones. Of course, the financial challenge is significant. Meeting Lions' €40 million, £35 million, demand would represent a huge outlay, and Fofana's preference for Champions League football complicates matters further. Yet the logic behind their pursuit is plain to see. At just 20, he offers immediate impact and long-term potential, making him a rare opportunity in the market. For Everton, landing Fofana would be about creating a partnership in the final third that could reshape their identity under Moyes. Barry's power and presence combined with Fofana's creativity and explosiveness could provide exactly the attacking edge the Toffees have been missing.